guys, welcome back to Live Your Life. I am Kamantha, and today on the show I am joined by a very good friend of mine, Shakti, who goes online as Kea Official. She's also a model and an actress, and she's the former Miss BC. Welcome to the show, Shakti.
Thank you, Cam.
So today we actually wanted to come together and do a little chat on something that's very close and meaningful to us, and it's talking about self-love, because it's 2017.
And it's important to know how to love yourself.
It certainly is. And I mean, we're almost 1 month into the new year, and I know a lot of people do New Year's resolutions, a lot of people set goals, but honestly, how realistic is any of that? Do you stick to every single New Year's resolution or goal that you set for yourself? I know I certainly don't, and I know a lot of people who don't. And it's okay, because you don't need to feel guilty about any of that.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, it's better, I believe, to set an intention. So one thing that we want to talk about, as we said, is self-love. And self-love as an intention to set the tone for your year this year. So let's talk about it. What is self-love?
I don't think self-love is something that, how people see it, it's not something that's selfish or obnoxious or...
It's not about vanity.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people think
No.
it is about vanity, though.
It's more about learning to accept who you are, yourself, for everything, your flaws and all, and that way you find it easier to love other people and accept them for who they are as well. So it works both ways.
Totally agree, because if you accept yourself for all of your flaws, you're less likely to criticize the next person. And that way, we can all just love one another. But in terms of self-love on a daily practice, there's things that we can do to actually enforce it into our lives. So let's talk a little bit about that. So I know a lot of you think, oh, self-love must be taking selfies and posting it on the internet, because that's a way of showing love for ourselves. But no. Self-love can be as basic as getting up at a certain time and making sure you set the time to go to the gym before you start the day. Or making sure you actually have breakfast today. Don't skip it, because your meals are a very important part of taking care of your body.
Or before you go to bed, maybe count your blessings. Think of at least three things that make you happy, your friends, your family. What is it about your day that was special?
Totally. Gratitude.
Yes.
So gratitude on a daily basis. Self-love could be as simple as, I know I talk about food a lot. You guys know me. I'm the health babe. I'm all about healthy eating and taking care of your body with what you put into it. But, making sure you pack a lunch if you're going out for the day. Making sure you don't skip any of your meals, that you're drinking lots of water, that your snacks are healthy snacks, so you've got like a packet of nuts in your bag, or veggies and hummus, or all of that sort of stuff. For me, self-love is taking moments during the day to practice mindfulness, because for me, I know that life goes fast. I fill my day up. You know me. I fill my day up with lots of different things. And by the end of the day, I can't even remember half the things I did. So I live a busy life, and that's my choice, but it is very important to practice mindfulness in the simplest form as taking a few moments to step away from the current situation, close your eyes, and just zone out. Even if it's for a couple minutes, that's super important for me on a daily basis.
And another thing that's important is surround yourself by positive people who encourage you, support you, and basically bring out the best in you. And that way you appreciate you for who you are, as well as your friends and other people.
Totally, I love it. I mean, we have to lift each other up. What's the point of calling each other friends if we're not supporting one another?
Exactly.
And that's a form of, if you're practicing boundaries and you're practicing having standards in your life, that's another form of self-love. So only allowing people that are good for you to be in your life. And I know a lot of you are probably thinking, but what about my mother-in-law or my friend who sometimes puts me down and wants to gossip, or another family member who might be equally as somewhat vicious. There are people like that in our life. They love us, they're connected to us, but they're not necessarily good for us, because whatever comes out of their mouth might be toxic and might not be good for our well-being. So it's not a bad thing to say, hey, if I can't cut this person out of my life, then I'm going to limit the amount of time I'm going to spend with them. That's not a bad thing. That is like a key part of self-love. To say, I love me, and I'm only going to allow people around me that help me love me better.
Yes. And another thing you could do is find something that you love to do. A distraction away from, sometimes we need that space for ourselves to think and reflect. Whether, like Cam was saying, going to the gym, cooking, maybe
Reading
going
a book.
surfing. Yeah, reading a book. Like just that one thing that we love to do that we can take ourselves away from everything else that's going on and just take the time for ourselves.
And it makes us feel good about ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, I'm going to reword you a little bit. So you said distraction. And sometimes it might be a distraction, but sometimes it could be an enhancement. Like some of us have hobbies. You know, reading a book or following a TV series could be a hobby. It also makes you feel good about yourself because it's something that you're involved in and something that enhances your life on a day-to-day basis. So think about what that is for you and make sure that you allow yourself to practice and don't feel guilty that today, hey, I'm going to watch my favorite show.
Yep.
Another really important thing about self-love, let's talk about relationships, okay? So a lot of girls, we know a lot of girls who go on dates with guys. The guys don't necessarily tick all their boxes, and that's okay because I do believe sometimes it's good to, you know, see what's out there and maybe give someone a chance. However, there's a very fine line and a difference between giving someone a chance and trying out the dating pool and then allowing yourself to be put in a situation where you're neglecting yourself because you're dating someone who isn't necessarily good for you. Mm-hmm. So I know a lot of girls who date guys who say not so nice things to them, don't encourage them to chase their dreams, guys who put them down or try to control what they wear.
It's very toxic.
Yeah. It's really toxic. It's not good for you. It's not normal and it's not okay. And I think coming into 2017, I really want to put that message out there that you are you and you love everything about you for a reason because it's you. So don't let someone take that away from you. And if you are dating someone or you're trying out, you know, maybe the whole dating scene this year, just remember that at the back of your head that you deserve the best and you deserve someone that will bring out the best in you. We thought we would start this year by putting up those good intentions for all of you and hoping that you can also form your own good intentions for yourself for this year and for those around you. But make sure that you are practicing self-love on some form, on some level. Thank you for joining me on the show today, Shakti. We loved your positivity and your tips for the viewers. And hopefully we'll have another awesome new guest next time. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up. And if you'd love to join me on the show, make sure you send me an email and send some comments below. We'll see you guys next time. And don't forget to live your life.